Welcome back to the Truth Over Comfort show. This is going to be a really short video. It's just about research tips that I use myself that I find pretty useful and would like to pass on to others to save them a lot of time. So we've got a few different things. So this first one is called Z Library, or if in America, Z Library, I'm sure it's probably pronounced. And say you're reading a book and it mentions, someone else in a quote from in another book. You don't want to buy the book, ebook or reel to actually, find out if it's actually there. Or you can go to Z Library, type in the book. You can download the EPUB, and you can go on it and find the quote, find out it's legit. If it's from a politician from a book they read that you thought, oh, I can't believe they actually said that in their memoir or whatever. Or you can use this to find their memoir rather than giving David Cameron's money or whoever it might be. And this also is another very useful website that I use, because you could use Google Books or archive.org, which we'll get to briefly. But also, when I'm reading a book, and as on my website, I've got all the cheat sheets where every time I'm reading a book, I take down the quote and the link. Well, if I don't have a digital copy, I'd have to type out all the words, search it, find it. But with this, I can download, the book or whatever it might be. Oh, sorry. Every time I buy the real book, I download the book on here. So when I'm reading it, I can highlight the text rather than have to type it out, search it, find it, and it's just so much quicker. Just copy and paste it, everything. I've read books where I don't have this, and I actually had to type it out, and it took like days longer to actually finish the book because it takes like an hour extra time or whatever it may be. So this is a great way of, if you want to take down the actual information without having to type it up. I use it every book I read. I can't recommend it enough. It's free. You sign up, and there's still, they let you download like a lot, and you're rarely gonna have to download like the cap. You can pay for more. I've never ever needed to, or never reached the cap on my free account. I can't recommend it enough. It's not dodgy. It's actually better quality, I'd say, than archive.org. When you download it, you got the option on archive what you do as well, but EPUB and PDF, and obviously your EPUB goes into ebooks, or if it's Apple, maybe something else, I'm not sure. But yeah, it's free, and I couldn't recommend that enough. Or let's say you also wanted to get a book, much like on Google Books, which I'll show you soon. They might seem a bit too mainstream. You read the description and you're like, I don't know, are they really going to go into as critical on say the Afghanistan war as I'd like? Are they going to mention certain things? Well, download the book. You can see the chapters, and you can Control F and see if they've got certain words. Sort of like you can go to the index and see how many times they've said it. You can do this on Google Books as well, where you can preview. I'll show you that now. So, just an example, I use my website as well to find stuff. So, this is a book by Anthony Sutton, Wall Street and the Rise of Hitler by Anthony Sutton, as I said. And this isn't a book like London, Washington, Wall Street, plan the World War II, and there's the puppet master of the Nazis. It's all stuff from congressional hearings and Nuremberg trials, and the New York Times, about how J.P. Morgan's bank or the Rockefeller Chase completely cooperated with the Nazis when they was taken over, and even went out their way in the hearings words, or how Standard Oil and Shell had agreements with IG Farben, and even like Standard Oil had like basically just trying to keep rubber oil a secret from the American industry to have a monopoly, all in here. So say you want to get this book, but you're like, oh, what are the chapters about? Is this just far out stuff that's getting into sillyville? Well, you go into Google Books, you click preview, and you can't do this for all books on Google. Sometimes you can't preview it, so that's why I encourage archive.org or Z Library. I don't know why it's not letting me go down. Ooh. So let's go down, and yeah, this is, so you can see the chapters. You can also search in the book. So you're here, you're like, oh, Okay, that's not, too crazy. Stand oil and the synthetic rubber. Oh, that sounds interesting. Maybe I want to get this book. Oh, it's great for congressional hearings. So let's get one up actually, because can um you can download it. So you're on Google Books, you type in the quote, it goes to the page, highlight it in yellow, and you can download it here, read ebook. All congressional hearings are normally free. Obviously, most books are ebooks will cost money, which is why I use their library. So Google Books is a good way of getting a sneak peek of books before, like Z Library. You can search quotes. However, you say, oh, you can't highlight the page normally. Sometimes you can. Sometimes it's an image. So what you want to use is this. Again, all this will be in the show notes. I don't know if you know the name of that. I don't know. I don't care. Doesn't matter. I can't pronounce that. Silly letters. Uh, you haven't decided this with a Robert Gates book, who was like a Secretary of Defense in Burma, something like that. And he had this quote in his book about how the Mujahideen were funded before the Soviets invaded. And I'm like, that's great. I didn't want to, touch it all down because some of it was like separated, by stuff in between. So go on this website, you put in the file, it takes literally like a minute, and it will make that image and change it to text converter, so you can copy and paste and take it down. It's much quicker, saves you a lot of time. Anytime you find an image, it's got text on it, take it here. Then you've also got, okay, you might, download a PDF, and some CIA documents have been scanned. Well, not obviously all this. Sorry, not always the CIA. Any document, but specifically here, I've had it where I've been on a CIA document, download it, and I'm like, oh, I want to copy and paste that, or I go on it and I want to search it, but you can't because it's been scanned. Well, you can put it in here or here, and it will, take it from a scan, that because you can do the image converter, but that's just like you can do a page, or you can do a bit more. But this, you can convert the whole, 200 pages of documents, which take ages otherwise. And then anytime you go on it, you can use the search tool, like Control F, the equivalent on a PDF, or you can copy and paste it, which again is a lifesaver if you're taking down lots of information, you like taking down quotes. And then, of course, we've got archive.org, which is again great. Most of the stuff you can download PDF, EPUB. But also, if you don't want to download it, you can do is it find text or something? It's called something like that, where it converts, the whole thing into just text, and you can Control F, and then you can find that, and you can maybe work out what page it's on, and then you can, if it was you didn't know about the scanned PDF thing, which sometimes I didn't back in the day, I could go on this and then find what page it is on by finding it in the text. These are just a few tools. I'm not aware of loads and loads. These are the ones I use at the moment. If I find any more, I'll do a short video on it again. But I'll put it all in the show notes. But again, you can use my website to find stuff. It's all linked up. Use Google Books to search for information in it. Great for congressional hearings. It's probably the best one. It's always on here every time. You can download it, and then and then when you do it here, it finds the page, highlights it yellow. Obviously, it does all the words involved, but the bulk, you'll get it there. Use this if you want to, get a sneak peek of the book as well before you buy it. It's also great, obviously, every time you read a book, download the digital copy for free. And you have to put your credit card in to do like sign up, all that nonsense, which is every other website. Never had that. It's been going fine, going strong for a while. And yeah, you can copy and paste everything there really easily, and you get an ebook that looks just like you paid for it. It's great. I don't know how they'll have to do it, to be honest. I don't know what sneaky stuff they're up to. PDF, image to text converter, and then you want to make the PDF searchable or change it to text. And that's it. I won't go around in circles. There's nothing more really to add to that. There's just a few research tools that I use to speed up basically looking stuff up. I'm sure there's more research tools that I'll find or other people will suggest. But they're the ones I have for now. I hope you find them useful, and I'll see you soon on the Truth Over Comfort show.